massive news this morning.
Yep.
Massive news. DeAndre Hopkins has officially been traded from the Tennessee Titans to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now it's for a 5th rounder with some conditions that it could become a 4th. And I do wonder, same exact thing that every one of these trades kind of makes me think about is, did everybody know you get DeAndre Hopkins for a fucking 5th rounder? Did we understand that? And then you reach out to Hembo and you say, Hembo, is DeAndre Hopkins going to work out for Patrick Mahomes? And he goes, actually, there's some stats here that say everything that Patrick Mahomes needs and hasn't had this year, which has led to a very slow start for Patrick Mahomes underneath Patrick Mahomes standards, DeAndre Hopkins helps out with. Zone coverage, he's quickly open. Understands hot routes, understands defenses. Yards, 0 to 11 for passes. In the past, Patrick Mahomes has been very good. Understands what defense is, gets balls out quickly there. DeAndre Hopkins eats in these, let alone what he's able to do down the field. And there's a lot of people saying he's washed. Was Kareem Hunt washed whenever he went over there? Was other players that end up in a good program, a good organization with a shot to win a Super Bowl, do they all of a sudden seemingly find the fountain of youth? Especially at some of these teams that have been chasing rings over the last 20 years? Yeah, they do. Remember, Randy was washed before Randy Moss went up to New England. Remember, this has happened time and time again. Gronkowski was retired.
Yep.
Back was bad, old, everything like that.
Juju this year.
Goes to Tampa, boom. Juju goes back to Kansas City, boom, has production. It's like sometimes a little motivation, a little hope, a little optimism can spur a little bit more activity or a little bit more awesome from the greats. I believe DeAndre Hopkins is going to fit in great over there. The stats say it, they prove it. Now, how do we get to this point? Well, Schrager was talking about it this morning on Good Morning Football.
I think Ian nailed it. This has been in the works, in the ether, but it really came together last night. Look, the comp, from what I'm told, is a 5th-round pick, and the conditions are interesting. What you're going to get is its Super Bowl appearance and playing time, meaning that's what could qualify to a 4th for the Tennessee Titans. That's actually not even finalized as we go on air right now. They're still working that out.
So this was getting finalized this morning, Schrager said on Good Morning Football. D-Butch, obviously you played against Hop whenever he was at the Houston Texans a lot in the division. He ends up at the Titans. They pay him the most, I think, is the reason why he ends up there. Now he's with the Chiefs. What do you expect from him with Patrick Mahomes? And Andy Reid and Veach do it again.
They do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah, he'll get a little fresh air. Obviously, new place you're going into. Obviously, a championship contender. And, back in those Houston days, he was doing a lot of heavy lifting, regardless of the quarterback throwing the ball. Now you have Mahomes throwing the ball, a big body that can run across the middle, another red zone mismatch when he's one-on-one. Obviously, Kelsey hasn't really got going down there yet, but you got him. You got some speed guys on the outside. Xavier Worthy, who you expect to continue to develop this year. Hardman kind of had his role expand last week, so I expect this to be a big pickup for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Now, Q, you were teammates, right, with Hop?
No, I missed him.
Okay, you were not teammates with him, but obviously around the NFL, long-ass time, 12 years. What are your thoughts on D-Hop? Because remember, when D-Hop was getting shopped, wasn't there a conversation about what he does, what he doesn't do, how he is, how he isn't? Haven't heard anybody in Tennessee say they don't like D-Hop.
No.
There was just that one picture from this past weekend. It was a still of him next to Callahan, and there was like a look or something like that. Other than that, there hasn't been a peep from D-Hop in Tennessee, other than him at country concerts looking real cool. Real cool. Has good cowboy hat, good fits, too. Always good fits. And so I haven't really heard, the only negative things I've ever heard about D-Hop was whenever teams were thinking about getting him, and it seems like people were like releasing information about him. Practice habits, like how he is in the building and everything. Haven't heard anybody say anything negative about him ever, about D-Hop. Your thoughts on the signing here by Veach, who source says, tell me, he maybe isn't Dahn.
What?
That's what source says told me this morning after a congratulatory tweet was sent out, or text was sent out.
He's a quarterback's best friend, right? Like, he's always open. He catches everything. His hands are impeccable. He was Kyler Murray's go-to. Whenever he was in trouble, just throw it up. He's going to catch everything. And listen, what people don't understand is when culture's bad, it deflates you immediately. He will instantly be reinvigorated and get thrown into that offense, and he'll probably have 8 catches for 110 yards this week. Like, that's what's going to happen.
His return game, what was it, a couple years ago? I guess he went for like 13 catches. No touchdowns, remember?
Right, yep.
It was just all first downs pretty much in the entirety. Like, this offense has been looking for a spark. Right? Kansas City Chiefs have been looking for it. They had one. Rasheed was going. Remember, Rasheed was going to be the guy. Then nasty injury. He's out. Okay, so now we lose it. Xavier Worthy, remember, they were taking shots early. Training camp, we saw that. Early, we saw that. Missing a couple times.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce, obviously, we're very used to him just dominating in the yards department. Instead, he's like lead blocking more often than anything else. Doesn't have a touchdown yet. That is
crazy.
insane to think about. So it's like the addition of Devontae Adams, does it open up everything? Or not Devontae Adams, but like Devontae Adams, does it kind of unlock that offense yet again, you think?
I think you nailed it. I think it does. It unlocks everything because now you have a deep threat. You have the guy that can push it and still get you the little 10-yard out route, right? Like he's going to catch everything. That's what he's great at. Getting open in the zones, doing all that stuff. And now you can't just double Travis Kelce every time. Now you got to maybe play single high or double him this side, and now we can run the ball this way, right? Like there's a million different things that's going to unlock this team.
What do you mean? What
They just
did
keep
our
getting
source mean when he said maybe not done or something like that? Because that's what Bean said too.
Yeah.
Bean comes on the program and goes, we still got some time. We'll see. Bringing Amari Cooper. We'll look around. We'll always be snooping around.
Whoa.
And then, now seemingly what's being said is, there's still some time, November 5th, still got time, but it is coming up. November 5th is coming up.
Yeah, look out.
Trade dedeadline day. It's coming up quick.
13 days.
They can early trade, and they are doing that.
Yep, that's right.
But then on November 5th, sometimes there's the last action, which is, going to be pretty active this particular year.
Right.
But it's like, what are they thinking about adding Cooper Kupp as well?
Oh.